Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And you've got the 10 of Cups to start your reading off with. I feel like you're somebody that really appreciates, like, family. You really appreciate, like, the people that you're with and the vibe that you're cultivating in your life, you know? This is, usually like the ideal of life. This is our dream coming true. This is emotional harmony. This is not what you want your life to look like. Not the color of the wallpaper or the shag carpet, but what you want it to feel like. This is the connection, this is the family, this is the love, this is the feeling of completion. I feel like your emotional world is finding balance. I feel like relationships are starting to feel easier. Love really wants to flow into your life, Leo, okay? So this is you being present with people that feel like home. Okay, your pets, your plants, okay, and your people. This is an energy of the simple life that's feeling peaceful and kind of perfect just for a moment. Okay, this is the card of satiety. We're going to the buffet, we're eating all our favorite foods, and we're just sitting there thinking like, this moment is perfect. I don't need anything else in this moment. You got your friends with you. You've had all your favorite foods. Life is perfect. But obviously, in a little while, maybe an hour or two, you'll be hungry again, okay? But right now, let's try to just appreciate what we have, and let's appreciate our people, Let's allow life to be simple. Let's share. Let's love. But let's protect our space as well. Yeah, let's put this card into a little bit of context. Okay, I could talk all day about the 10 of Cups. You got an 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, it needs to be maintained. There is a slow, gentle growth in your life right now. I love that. 6 of Wands. This is the confidence that says, like, I don't need to always be out there striving. We feel like a winner already, We got the Star. We have a 9 of Swords lingering up here, and that's interesting. We have an Ace of Pentacles here. We have an Ace of Cups here, wow. We have a 10 of Swords. We have a Prince of Cups and, wow, the Sun card, yeah. That's beautiful. I kind of feel like there is, you're getting out of a particular phase of life. And maybe it's a phase of life where things were tough, where things were hectic, where things were chaotic, and it felt like life was full of suffering, It may be that you're opening up and embracing the easier life. Yeah. The slower life. The gentler, more gentle life anyway. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. Let's set it down right over here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message, Leo, you feel like you know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now, as we look around the room here, we see 1, 2 major arcana cards, the Star, This is sometimes the long-distance goal. It feels like the good life is so far away. This is also a star, but this is a star that's up close and personal now. So the goal that you thought was so far away is a lot closer than you think. And I think it's the goal of an easier, gentler, richer, fuller, more loving kind of life. Okay? Let's see, we got a little bit of fire, not even that much fire, right? We've got water, 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 a little bit of air, and we've got our earth cards. So the Ten of Cups, again, is that sort of gentler life. This is you savoring emotional safety, right? Savoring the emotional fulfillment, protecting your peace. Yeah, not letting everybody have access to you, not letting everything come in and rain on your parade. And that Nine of Swords looks like rain. We're not going to allow that to happen. To the best of our ability, we're going to try to control our world and focus on the relationships, focus on the good, simple pleasures, the peacefulness, the simplicity, the affection. Okay? Love as that kind of renewable resource. The more you use it, the more it kind of grows and cultivates in your life. I feel like you're learning what emotional fulfillment actually means to you. This is the life that you're creating. And maybe it means you're not really feeling all the ambition in life right now. Maybe it's just you want to focus on the deeper, more meaningful aspects of your life. Okay? And some of you may feel like you don't have a lot of people. There are people everywhere. Go get you one. Go reach out to somebody, anybody, a friend, a family member. Okay? Anybody in your community. People here in the Dove and Serpent Tarot community. Okay? I feel like we're all family here, So I feel that, there are opportunities for us to sort of to focus on these things right now. This is contentment. This is us focusing on not needing, focusing on what we have and feeling like it's enough, feeling like we're enough for right now. And I think this is kind of, in a way, this is the goal that we're seeking. So we have this striving ambition toward a certain kind of life, a life that's free of ambition and free of striving, It's kind of ironic in that way, but this is the life that we're pursuing, and it's a life of no pursuit, And anyway, we've got an Eight of Pentacles too. This is maybe skills. This is in some ways apprenticeship. So we're kind of learning as we go, It's not about speed. It's about cultivation and craftsmanship. This is a card that says we're going to continue to refine what we're doing. We're continuing to refine and form our future slowly with no distractions. Okay? This is detailed work, but it's slow and it's deliberate and it is intentional cultivation. Okay? It's not just standing back and let's just see what grows here. No, it's saying I'm planting particular plants. So I feel like you're very intentional in your life right now. I feel like you're trying to always be improving certain aspects of your life. And especially with that Ten of Cups, you're always looking to have more of the things that nourish you, less of the things that don't. To build up the life that you desire. This is the life you desire, right? And I think it's slow and intentional. And I think that you're feeling more and more in harmony with that life that you're forming. This is the detailed work. This is the repetition. This is you nurturing and watering certain things. It's the relationships. It's the finances. It's the business. We don't expect things to happen overnight. But I feel like this is you sort of building up to the overnight change. This is you building up to that day where you can say, this is my life, this is what I've been working toward, and I don't need anything else in this moment. Okay? So this is that steady improvement, discipline, being very intentional, but not rushing through things. You know, looking at the details, being mindful of what's growing around us. Okay, I think your patience is really a superpower right now. Okay, you have a Six of Wands under the surface. This is a card of victory. This is the card of, Jupiter in Leo. This is your ego expanding. This is you feeling more and more confident, more and more capable. This is you feeling like a winner. This is you, because it's inside, right? It's under the surface here. This is you knowing that you're a winner, knowing that you're winning at life, okay? And it may be that you're starting to recognize what victories are actually important to you. What achievements actually mean something. Okay, I feel like the things that used to give you awards and trophies and stuff, those don't really matter so much to you anymore. Could be that the real victory is feeling the love and the contentment with life, I feel like you're recognizing yourself. And maybe it hasn't been that way for a while, especially with that Nine of Swords up there. I wonder if you've been a little bit hard on yourself, or a little bit pushing yourself too much, or achieving something but then still telling yourself, I suck, I'm not good enough, I could have done better, I could have went faster, I could have won bigger, This is, I think, really you feeling the confidence that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in life, and that your life is succeeding in all the right ways. Yeah. Don't downplay your success in life. Share your progress. This is the confidence that you're in the process of creating the life that you desire. Okay? It's a good time for you to reach out to other people. Let yourself be seen, stand tall. You deserve recognition. And I think that your confidence, your gratitude, and your presence, right, is attracting a lot of good things to you, a lot of good people. Okay? A lot of people are resonating with you. Yeah. I feel like there's an uneasiness with compliments, but allow them to come in. Show people who you are. Show people your life. And, protect your peace. Don't let the wrong people in. But make sure you let the right people in. Okay. There may be an opportunity for leadership or some kind of a hosting of something right now. Okay, I don't know if maybe it's a good time to plan a get-together or invite people over to your house or something. I feel like this is kind of like, this is you hosting something or something along those lines anyway. Okay. You have a star back here, and this is connecting, this is healing, this is an emotional softening. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of you realizing that all of your work, all of your struggles, all of your sacrifices have been for a purpose. This is your nervous system calming down. This is you transitioning, I feel, from a life of chaos and hectic, busy, striving ambition to like gentle art, flow, kind of creativity, love, relationships. It may be that you're sort of adjusting the balance a little bit. Okay, I feel like you're reconnecting with your authentic self. I feel like so it may be in your life that you're realizing right now needs to be a shift toward a new chapter, kind of a new chapter of love and spirituality and gentle self-care practices, networking, reaching out, gathering, people expressing love rather than competition, striving, fighting, pushing, those sorts of things. I feel like you're beginning a new chapter in your life. I feel like that authentic self is really coming through more and more, probably through dreams, probably through flashes of insight, maybe through tarot readings, or if you do your own sort of divination, and through visions and dreams and, all those sorts of things too, synchronicities. You're taking care of yourself more. I think physically, I think you're drinking more water. I think you're sleeping better. Maybe trying to spend more time outside where you can. I feel like you're rebalancing things in your life. And I think that you have this desire to share who you are and what you're doing and what you've built and what you have and what you're doing. You want to kind of connect with people right now. You want to share your heart with people. Mystery card, maybe a Knight of Cups, yeah. I feel that there's a growing sense of safety in your life. It's that's a thing that I'm kind of feeling here with you, is that there's almost I don't know, I feel like real like home base kind of energy, yeah, where things feel connected, things feel safe, and things feel stable. And with that Eight of Pentacles, I feel that there's kind of maintaining what you have, enjoying what you have, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. Because this is the apple tree, that if you take care of it, it's going to continue to feed you the apples, Of course, apples are best when they're shared with others, with apple pie or apple fritters. I like those bear claw donuts with the apples inside. Those are great. So it's kind of almost like we're just in sort of harvest mode, maintenance mode, sharing the bounty sort of mode in life right now, and I like that. And I think that this is, with the Star card, it's kind of a transition toward inner peace. Yeah, it's the beginning of like going through that phase in our lives, okay? Be kind to yourself. And don't rush this phase, this season. I feel like this whole new chapter of your life is going to be one of healing, one of grace, one of inspiration, one of sharing, one of harvest, one of abundance. Okay? And don't rush it. Let it build, let it grow, let it become. Okay? Now, the Nine of Swords up at the top here, this is a card of tearing things apart. This is Mars in Gemini, right? This is really a kind of a destructive force. It's not a force of unity. So I kind of feel that this is where you are kind of dealing with some anxiety, rumination. This is like we're not sleeping so well at night. So there's the recognition that we sort of need to make this shift and start this new chapter. There may be some emotions that you're trying to resolve by thinking about them. And that's rumination, and that's not always going to work. Sometimes we just need to kind of breathe through it and let ourselves feel how we feel, and let that star energy, let that spiritual energy just sort of heal us from the thing. Sometimes, thinking about it too much is not going to help. Maybe we could talk about it with someone that feels, safe. But this is really, there's a need now to soothe the nervous system. Okay? This is a card of perhaps expecting the worst. Okay? We got to calm the body down. We've got to allow the storm to pass. And this is a card of suffering. This is the card of a misery multiplier. I think there's the recognition that the way we've been living life hasn't been making us feel better. So there's this transition now that I'm feeling where you're kind of focused on those things that are going to bring more peace, love, and joy, and beauty, and bounty into your life, rather than bringing more stress. This is, at the very base of this card is just anxiety. I'm not sleeping well at night. I'm overworked, I'm overburdened, there's too much going on, I'm frazzled, whatever word you want to use. It's too much stress, So I kind of feel that you're getting out from underneath this this rainy day, black cloud kind of stress. And it doesn't mean that life is suddenly going to be less stressful, but you're shifting your focus to those things that are going to feel good and nurturing and nourishing to you. And some of that is, yes, your people, your connection, spending time with your pets, your plants, your people. Okay, to get out from underneath this black cloud or this rainy day. Yeah. Because this is, when we're sort of exacerbating it because we focus on it. And so there may be some lifestyle changes that are taking place for you. And we see that here with the aces. We're starting a new chapter. We're doing something new this time. Doing something different. I feel like this is us planting a seed of stability. Okay? I feel like this is a seed that's being planted for either health or home for you. Okay? It may be something financial too. I mean, it could be that we're sort of investing in something that's going to give us more stability and give us a little bit less stress in life, And so in that sense, if this is something financial, then this is going to be you starting a new side project or investing in some kind of work or money generator. Because maybe part of this 10 of Cups is just the feeling of safety as in, I don't have to worry about money as much. Okay, so it could be that. But this is you beginning something, investing time into a new routine, a new habit, a new path, around the neighborhood or something, right? Investing in that, and it starts slow, and it's going to build momentum up. It's going to be something that may grow in your life. This is something real, and it's something sustainable. It's something that's going to bring you more safety, security, and more stability in your life. Okay? Your physical world. So it's either something, like I said, at home, it's something for your health, it may be money. It may be something that's going to bring in more money because that's going to make us feel a little bit safer. When you have a few dollars in your savings account, you kind of feel a little bit less stress, a little bit. So begin building. This is that new chapter of intentionally focusing on those things that are going to bring us peace, that are going to protect our peace. Okay? And realizing that it's kind of a long-term thing. We're slow, we're patient, but we're doing it. This is the start of something that's real and lasting. And I think that it's going to bring you a lot of peace, a lot of safety, and a lot of joy. It's going to bring you that sense of well-being. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Let me know which card on the path of the dove resonates with you the most, okay? We're going to talk about the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is beginning the same things. This is your general energy. Your heart is opening. You're ready to begin those things that bring you love and joy. That bring you the good feelings, that bring you the safety, that bring you, that kind of emotional energy that you're looking for. This is an emotional beginning. Love. This is compassion. This is you allowing intimacy into your life, allowing a new connection, maybe even a reconnection, some kind of emotional renewal. You're letting yourself feel instead of stress, worry, analyze, ruminate. You're just letting the feelings be there. Okay? And even when those feelings aren't the best feelings, you're accepting them. You're letting them be there. And you're going to be doing positive physical behaviors that are going to bring about the processing of these. See, the body and the emotions work together very well. Right? The earth, the pentacles and the cups are like best friends. Okay? So the best thing to do with our emotions is to put them into some sort of physical process. If you're feeling some difficult emotions, channel that through some sort of physical activity. Okay? And I think also this card is saying that you should begin some physical activities that are going to feel good. Okay? Let love into your life right now. that emotional flow is beginning. And, this is intentionally beginning things that bring you joy. Something new. Okay? It may be something old that you're going to start doing again. But the healing is happening. Okay? You got to let that love in. You got to be grateful for it. You got to be open to receiving compliments, love, affection. Okay? This is really, really nice. And the Ten of Swords in this position is kind of saying like we're getting out of something that is it's long overdue. This is a card of ruin. This is a card of an ending. This is the card of us releasing ourselves from something. Something is over. And accepting that it's over brings us relief. And it may be a mindset, may be a paradigm, may be a belief system. Okay? It may be the belief that life sucks and it's going to suck and it's going to be painful, it's going to be difficult, life is suffering and it will always be suffering. Or even with the Nine of Swords, it's the feeling like I'm always going to be this way, life will always be this way, I'm never going to feel better, all that negativity, right? The Nine of Swords is us waking up and realizing the state of things. The 10 of Swords is us getting out of that. So first we need the Nine of Swords because this is us waking up and realizing we're in a birdcage. This is us getting out of the birdcage. Okay? We want relief from something. So it's kind of like we're done fighting for something that we don't care about anymore. This is dry, desiccated. This is a dry hole. There's nothing here for you. This is an orange that's been squeezed already. No juice left. There's nothing more to fight for here. And so this is kind of the opposite of the Ten of Cups, right? Ten of Cups is full. It's plump, right? It's juicy. No juice here. Nothing. It's dry, desiccated, pointless. Pointless to stay in this sort of situation. And I don't know what that situation is. It's in the position of your environment and the position of your relationships. So this may be just simply the recognition that we're going to stop fighting for those things that don't matter to us, first of all. And we're going to start focusing on those things that do matter to us. Okay? So what things really need to end in your life? Okay, what things do we need to kind of let them go? Stop fighting for certain things. Let the story die, You don't need to revive this. In fact, the Ten of Swords is something that you can't revive. There's no life. You can't do CPR on this thing. It's not going to work. Okay? And I don't know if this is a particular story or a worldview or if it's actually a relationship. Don't fight for this anymore. Okay? Once you stop trying to force this, that energy comes back to you and you can put that energy into the good stuff. Okay? So we're kind of beginning again in a way. Closing this chapter. Yeah. Your rebirth is really it's already beginning. The new chapter's already here. Okay? We just are still kind of attached to the last chapter. We just need to let it go. Okay? This is the ending. This is everything clearing away. It doesn't need to be in your life anymore. And the sooner we recognize that, the sooner we can get on to the good stuff, okay? And I think the Prince of Cups is very expressive of that, because this is that sort of authenticity. The Prince of Cups is emotional mastery, emotional stability. It's empathy. It's an emotional maturity. Your feelings are there. Your feelings are being felt. You feel pain, you feel joy, you feel happiness and sadness and all of it. But you're not letting the negative emotions, so-called negative or difficult or painful emotions, drive the car. Okay? You are compassionate with the people around you, but you also have boundaries. You're holding space for other people, but you're not abandoning yourself. You're speaking from the heart. Okay? You're a stable emotional presence right now. And maybe, the last few weeks, maybe, haven't felt all that emotionally stable. Things are stabilizing now because you're choosing to do the positive things that will help you to stabilize. Okay? Your emotional steadiness is your strength right now. This is in the position of your fear, worry, and concern. And so what it tells me is that you're kind of worried that either you'll never find emotional stability, or that you're in a situation, a life situation, that is not conducive to your authenticity. In other words, you feel like a bubble in the ocean. And it feels like there's a lot of emotional pressure around you that's threatening to split you into 1,000 pieces. You're not going to let that happen. Okay? You're getting the heck out of there. You're changing your environment. If your environment is not conducive to your true will or to your authentic self or to your goals of stability and well-being and safety and love and all this kind of thing here, contentment, fullness, then you must change your environment. Okay? So I kind of feel like this is you right now. And maybe you feel like you're always on the verge of that kind of like emotional, always, ready to lose my shit, always on the edge of an emotional breakdown. You're stabilizing your energy. There's healing energy coming in. That's the name of the game right now for you. We have the Sun card. This is wholeness. This is stability. This is joy and happiness. This is you radiating your light. This is confidence. This is vitality. This is authenticity. Your energy is rising. You are letting yourself shine. You're not shrinking away from anything. When you rise to the solar level, you realize that everything else is just weather. Up above the clouds, it's blue skies and sunshine. Okay? The weather systems are usually down low, right? I always like watching those videos of airplanes where they're so far above the clouds that there could be storms going on down below, but they're just up there in the blue sky, sunshine. They've risen so high that the weather doesn't affect them up there. Okay? This is you spending time in that sunshine. Like literally, spend time in the sunshine to help charge you. Celebrate your growth. Celebrate how far you've come. Joy is allowed. Okay? You've earned it. It's okay for you to feel good. And it's okay for you to let your light shine. Step into the light of your own authentic self. This is the version of you that you've grown into. Okay? And this is you sharing your light with the people around you, making those connections. This is beautiful. Let's look at the mystery card. Well, we could perhaps see more water. I always like getting good water energy. I feel like it'll be a major, though. I feel like it'll be probably an Empress. Yeah. Or it could be the World card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Good. Knight of Pentacles is looking into the future. And I think you're seeing the next season of your life and what it's going to be like. You're looking down the road at your long-term goal, and you're thinking, who am I, where am I, and what am I doing? In other words, we sort of stopped, we're pausing, we're hitting the pause button. And you're looking ahead into the future. You're peering ahead. You're looking for a vision. Usually the Knight of Pentacles is going to see the Ten of Pentacles. I see the color of the wallpaper, the furniture, the shag carpet, and how much money's in the bank. But I think what you're doing is you're looking at the future and you're seeing the Ten of Cups. You think, this is what I want. This is what I want my life to be. This is the life I desire. And now the Knight of Pentacles is asking the question, what is the life that you're actually building? This is the life you desire. What is the life you're actually building? We got to make the water and the earth match up together, right? Otherwise, the Knight of Pentacles is building a particular kind of life, the way it looks. But you're understanding how you want your life to feel. You got to start building that life. Sometimes the life you desire is not the life you're actually building. And that's why we have the water and the earth that need to join forces today. And that's kind of where the Prince of Cups is here too. In this position is saying, I don't know that I'm actually building the life I desire. This is the emotional builder. And it's kind of trapped in this prison position over here on the spread, because this is the fear position, the anxiety position, the obstacle position. So I feel like you're striving for more congruence between the life you desire to build and the life you're actually building. Okay, this is the emotional builder. This is someone who is building the life they desire. But this is kind of locked up here in this prison position. We have to align those things, right? I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I think that's a very important point that needs to be emphasized. The life we're physically building and the life we desire, are they different? Can we make them the same? Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Leo Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Come join our community here. Okay. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.